All right. So don't shoot me, but in my rush to get out to this concert, I totally forgot to film an intro and an outro. So I am gonna do a quick little tutorial here using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Prism palette for you. So far what I've done is just to apply, oh my god, I'm having a brain fart, Eden. Right now I'm taking the shade Eden and just fluffing that into my crease using my favorite Royal and Langnickel large crease brush. This brush is the bomb. You guys should totally pick one up. It makes blending shadows a dream. Sorry guys, I'm a little silly. What I'm doing now is picking up a little bit of the shade Saturn and continuing to build up the depth in my crease. I do like to kind of create a cat-eye shape with my darker crease colors just because I feel like my eyes are a little bit downturned and this shape helps them to look more perky. Okay, and next up is the shade Pyramid. So we're gonna go into Pyramid and it was a dream. This is such a pretty shimmery shade. I can't get over how pigmented it was and how easy it was to blend and build. This palette, I'm telling you guys, is way better than, you know, its predecessor. All right, next shade up is Eternal. And we're gonna take Eternal and just slap it on the center of the lid. Yes, just slap it on. Slap it on just like that. Oh, sorry guys, too much caffeine. And now we're gonna go in with a little bit of the shade Throne. And Throne is a delicious freaking teal shade. I can't get over the shade. I definitely want to do smoky eyes with this one, but for right now, we're just gonna tuck it into the outer corner to keep building up that depth. And I'm gonna use a little bit of the shade Parallel just to blend all these shades out in the outer corner. Okay, now we're going to go into the shade Sphinx, and I'm going to apply this bad boy onto my lower lash line. I'm trying to keep it a little tighter than usual, just because it is a very shimmery shade, and I don't want to go too loco bananas with this one. So I'm just going to darken out that outer corner and match it with the upper lid shade by using a tiny bit of Parallel. So the shade I'm sorry, the shade Unity. I was about to say Unify, like Queen Latifah, like Unity. I'm using the shade Unify to just blend out a little bit more. And on the inner corner, I'm going to pick up some of the shade Lucid and just run that in there to brighten things up a little bit. So here's pretty much what it looks like. I'm just gonna take my blender brush and go through the crease one more time to make sure that the colors are pretty much, you know, like unified and blended and pretty. And I really like the pigmentation of this palette. I feel like the darker shades, I feel like they could have just blended a little bit better, but I'm okay with it. It's way better than the Subculture. Long story short, I'm just going to fill in my brows right now. I'm using my L'Oreal Brow Gel. I forgot the name of it. I'll put it in the down bar for you. I was so in a rush to get out to this concert that I totally forgot to film my intro and outro, guys. I'm sorry. Sucker move. I promise it won't happen again. Last but not least, I'm going to give you some swatchies of this palette just so you could see what the shades look like, just in case you haven't picked it up and you're interested in it. You can pick it up at Ulta or on the Anastasia, wow, pronunciation, the Anastasia Beverly Hills website. It is a little pricey. It's in the $40 range. I believe it's $48. However, if it's the kind of palette that turns you on, save up your points on Ulta and use them for a discount. I actually got my palette for $31 because I had racked up a couple points throughout the season. So bonus for me. Yay! that Osiris shade. Oh, it's so delicious. I can't get over this sphere shade. It is just the coolest shade ever. I can't believe how pigmented it is. It's so hard to get a yellow, like chartreusey shade to show up that well, and this black obsidian is everything. All right, let's move on to the bottom row now. Swatchy swatches of the bottom row. So this first shade is Dimension. I love it. It's probably my most favorite shade out of that bottom row. Parallel was okay. I feel like it didn't really blend well on my eyes either, and you can see that the swatch is slightly patchy as well. Pyramid was amazing. Super easy to apply on the eyes, very pigmented. And Throne. Oh, I changed my mind. I think Throne is actually my favorite. And Saturn is just one of those fall shades that you just die for, but I mean, it's nothing new, I guess you would say. And the Eternal. Look at the pigmentation on that shade. Oh, yes. And last but not least is the shade Lure. I like how cool this tone is. It's very deceiving. Alright guys, so that's the palette in its entirety. Love you guys. Bye.